Los Angeles Chargers receiver Ladd McConkey balled out on Sunday against the Saints, and Justin Herbert finally has his Keenan Allen replacement.
I watched the film of Ladd. He reminds me of Steve Smith.
How's it going today? My name is Jesse McNamer, and welcome to Point of View. Before we get into it today, I just want to say we always appreciate your feedback and look forward to reading your comments like the one we've got here. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question down below. To today's topic. Can Ladd McConkey fill the role left by Keenan Allen as wide receiver 1? Justin Herbert has not had great luck throwing to guys like Quentin Johnston in the recent past, but it finally looks like he may have a pass catcher worthy of top dog duties. McConkey showed all of his skills Sunday that made him an early second-round pick this past summer, but the kid has been developing into a multi-level threat for a long time, well before he joined the Chargers. In college at Georgia, he was never among the leaders in yards or touchdowns, but he came through anytime the ball was thrown in his direction, and it resulted in 2 national titles and an All-SEC selection. And at the NFL Combine, he proved his elite athletic abilities by running a 4.39 40-yard dash and posting a 36-inch vertical leap. So while his college stats didn't match up with some of the other top receiving prospects, it was clear he belonged in that group. Georgia head coach Kirby Smart already knew that, of course, and had this to say about McConkey before the draft when asked about what he's seen that led to the rise in his draft stock.
It started from the time that we offered him to now. He's ascended and aspired to be great. Nobody works harder than Ladd McConkey. Nobody on our team would say there's a better teammate than Ladd McConkey. I don't know that he's ever said a negative word of anybody, but it's just such a good kid and such a hard person to find. He's a great football player on top side.
It's clear now that the work ethic he developed in college is paying dividends in the NFL. Even though he had only caught 2 total scores and eclipsed 50 receiving yards once this season before Sunday, he now ranks in the top 20 in receiving touchdowns and top 40 in receiving yards in the NFL, thanks in large part to his breakout performance against the Saints. He caught all 6 of his targets for 111 yards and 2 scores, including this incredible 60-yard touchdown. Herbert lobs one up to McConkey, who mosses the defender and turns upfield. He outruns and outjukes the entire defense and turns it into 6 points. There's not a lot of receivers out there that can create yards after the catch like Ladd did there, and it came at the perfect time as the Chargers had struggled to get the ball into the end zone all day. And here, later in the fourth quarter, McConkey provided that outlet that Herbert needed as he was scrambling left and found his rookie wideout in the back corner of the end zone to put the game to bed. McConkey completely changed the game by showcasing every aspect of his talent for an offense that is bottom 10 in the league in points per game. And with that outstanding performance, it now looks like he could be the Keenan Allen replacement that Herbert can rely on for the foreseeable future. If you don't agree with me, fine. Let us know on X who you think could. Because in my opinion, Quentin Johnston certainly hasn't shown he can fill that role. Josh Palmer hasn't played at that level yet, and tight end Will Dissly still hasn't reached the end zone, so I can't count on him. I think McConkey will take on that role, and it's going to do wonders for the future of that offense. Because in the 24 connections between McConkey and Herbert before Sunday, all had been under 15 yards through the air. So to finally connect on a deep ball has Herbert real excited for what the future could look like. Here's what the QB had to say after the game when asked what kind of dynamic that can add.
He's a complete receiver. To have that short game, those intermediate routes that he's been so good at, especially on third down. And now you open up some of those go balls that, you got to respect. And for him to be able to line up anywhere, inside, outside, we got a true ball player on our hands.
Herbert put it perfectly there by saying he's a complete receiver. He may not be the tallest, he may not be the fastest, but he can put it all together to maximize his output, and it looks like it's finally starting to show on the field. And with the Chargers' record now sitting at 4-3, they're firmly in a position to chase a playoff berth when that didn't seem all that likely heading into the year. If Herbert and McConkey can continue to open up the field for the rest of the offense, watch out, because those guys could be really dangerous for a long time. And another major part of why I think they could be dangerous going forward is the hiring of head coach Jim Harbaugh. For more on why the NFL should fear the Chargers with Harbaugh at the helm, check out this past episode of Point of View. And the moment you've been waiting for, here's the answer to today's trivia question. We appreciate you tuning in. We will see you in the next one.